Hey, everybody, welcome into Live with Greg this Tuesday night. I'm so thrilled to be talking to an amazing woman. She is just doing some extraordinary things. Her name is Sharae Moore. She started She Trucking 4 years ago. She's been inspiring women to get into the trucking industry for years. And her inspiration has grown so much. She's been on CNN. She has something new coming out on national television coming up later this month. We're going to talk about that. And she has a brand new book out. So we're going to talk about that and so much more, and how in the world that this girl power, this woman is doing so much amazing things, not here, just in Chattanooga, Tennessee, but so many things she's doing around the world. So proud of her. I want to bring her to the broadcast tonight. So I want to introduce you to my friend Sharae Moore here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Sharae, how's it going?
Hello. It's
It is
going
so
well.
so good to be talking with you. First off, COVID-19 just really just changed our whole world over the past year. What have you learned about yourself during this time?
I learned that we can accomplish anything. Anything. It gave us time to stop, replan, think, and move towards the future. Like now everybody's digital, right? Just like we
I
talking now.
know it is so cool how the world has just changed so much. I remember connecting with you many years ago when you first started She Trucking. And for people who don't know about this, before we talk about the company, how in the world did you get involved in trucking as a female?
Well, I actually saw a newspaper article that said that they was offering free CDL training. So I knew didn't have nothing to lose. I didn't have any kids, and so I just packed up and went to trucking school.
You went to trucking school. You have inspired so many other women to get into trucking, because when you think about trucking, this is a male dominated field. But you said there was girl power and a little black girl magic, and you've just done your thing. So how in the world did you decide you wanted to start She Trucking?
Well, I've been driving trucks for 7 years now, and while I was on the road, I didn't see people who looked like me. I didn't see enough women out on the road as well, or and not enough minorities. So I wanted to make sure that I educated people how to enter into the industry. So and then I started a clothing line. So I started this T-shirt line because I could not find a simple T-shirt that said I was a lady trucker. I was a woman who drove the truck. I saw T-shirts that said, proud trucker wife. And I'm like, wait, they forgot about us. So I started She Trucking to make women be proud of the career that we chose.
You know,
And
I'm so proud of you. When I look at everything that you have accomplished over the past 4 years, you've been on CNN, you've been on so many national programs. When you look
yeah,
back at the very beginning, are you just shocked and amazed at everything you've accomplished?
I am. I had no idea. That wasn't my goal. I was all about the mission. My mission was I wanted more. Anybody who asked me for a CDL or how to get their license, I wanted to help. That was my mission. So and everything else has been a blessing. It's really just truly been a blessing.
A true blessing. For people who don't know specific things you do within She Trucking, tell us about that.
So I have a CDL permit school here, where your CDL permit is the first thing that you need to have in order to get your commercial driver's license. That's taking a test for general knowledge, air brakes, and combinations. That is the very first thing. Let me just say this, y'all. You could be 18 years old to have a commercial driver's license. 18, okay? So, and then between 18 and 21, you have to drive in state, and then out of state at 21 and up is out of state. But so my goal, literally, so I have my CDL permit class. It's located on Burnett Road, 3505 Burnett Road. And then I also have my community. The She Trucking community is the largest women's community in the world. We have over 15,000 women drivers that we coach and mentor every day, that give us the empowerment and the encouragement to keep going, and it's been a blessing to so many women. That was what I wanted when I started into the industry. And so I'm just thankful to provide that. And then of course we have the clothing line on She Trucking. We have an expo coming up as well. I don't know if you want to get into that yet, but
Oh, we're gonna get into all of that. And when I think about everything you've accomplished and helping so many women across, not just in this Chattanooga area, but across the country, getting their CDL license. When you think about everything that you've had to go through to get to this point, I'm sure there's been some challenges along the way. How did you overcome the challenges and get over those humps and say, you know what, I'm just going to keep knocking down the doors until I accomplish what I want to accomplish?
It's been many, many challenges, especially being a minority in a male dominant industry. You know what I'm saying? Just and so when they would say no, I would say yes. And I'm going around you and I'm gonna get what I have to get done. You know, when sometimes people one person may say no, but that don't mean that it's a big no, you know. And then I had to learn that I didn't have to sit at people's tables, I could build my own. You know, and then how easy it is to build your own when you start with a vision board. Literally, I literally start with a vision board. And I said I wanted to give out 500 t-shirts. That was my goal. God said, I'm laughing at your goal because I have a bigger plan for you. And so, even every challenge that I face, I just realized it's a lesson and it makes you stronger. And the biggest thing that helped me overcome my obstacles and adversities was having my sisterhood. When I tell you the ladies in our community, like my sisters, my trucking sisters, the people who have inspired me, who has mentored me as well, they have been my strong, like they just keep me going even when I feel like I can't anymore. So it's important to keep your circle around you, like them keep the vibe going. You know, my vibe, I see my sister on here, Ava Nicole, Latoya, like these are, see, get what I'm saying, like that's what keep me motivated.
You know, when you think about everything that you've gone through and to see you've inspired so many women, when you think about God, you had a plan with your vision board just to get some shirts out there, but God had a bigger plan for you. When you look at the plan that God has and what is to come in the future, what are your thoughts? Are you just blown away?
I realized that was my legacy. I realized I was building a legacy. And that's what, you know, pushed me to write out my book. That's what pushed me to write my legacy. I realized that I wanted to leave behind. I started this, but I didn't want it to stop because I knew it needed to reach more people. I wanted to, you know, be able to train more people and get them in position. So in my book, it talks about how to get into the trucking industry. It talks about the different levels of trucking. You can be a company driver, an independent driver, or an independent contractor. You can do lease purchase. You can own your own. You can buy your truck for cash. I talk about all the different ways that you can come into this industry. I also talk about like a little bit of dispatching, a different brokering, you know, different trailer, which is called logistics and transportation. I also talk about, you know, the struggles, the depression that comes with this. No one talks about mental health in the transportation industry. Most of us face with it every day, you know, just having, you know, get depressed with like with COVID. A lot of people probably was depressed during COVID. But I just break it down because this is what I was looking for. I was looking for a blueprint to tell me A, B, C, D, the steps. And so I wrote it down in my book, Building a Legacy. Um, so to be easier for the rest of the other generations to come.
When you look at this book and you have the book in hand over there, when you see this book and think about everything you've gone through, the journey to write this book, because writing a book is a journey.
It
What
is.
was it like? What did you learn about yourself during that time of putting that plan together, writing the book, getting it published, getting a hard copy back in your hand? What are your thoughts?
Completion. Then I kept saying I don't know how to. I literally went to Howard High School. I only made it to 11th grade, you know, and I dropped out. So to be able to complete tasks was a challenge in my younger years. So I was determined to complete this. So I was so proud to complete my book because I know this is an action. So it had over 100 pages in it. I had wrote too much. Okay, so I said I'm gonna go back and I'm taking out all the fluff. I want to get to straight to the point because I want people to read this and take action. This tells you how to build your business. When I was asking people how to build my business, I was running into brick walls. So I wanted to take Take that wall down. You want to know how to build your business? Get your EIN, get your done something, get your LLC, and this is how you do it. I'm trying to make sure that all the complications that I was having, I put it in my book. And then when I got ready to buy my truck, nobody would tell me how to purchase my own truck. I put it in my book. So now the rest of the world know. You don't know how to get on your own truck.
When you think about your journey going to Howard High School and dropping out in the 11th grade and to where you are now, to other people out there who may have dropped out of school, dropped out of college, stopped doing something, what would you say to them to pick it back up, or whatever their dream is, to pick it up and to keep going?
That's my advice. Listen, I I thought that I had to complete a 4-year college to make it. No. Trucking school was 4 weeks and with no debt. 4 weeks with no debt. I don't owe nobody anything, but I can make $1,000 a week and driving a semi truck. It was my advice to younger. Let me just say this. I went to Howard High School a couple months ago, and I went into the career fair. So they had me come to the career fair, and I set my booth up, and I noticed the students wasn't on the inside. So I went on the outside. I said, "What's going on?" They said, "Well, we're not interested in going to college." I said, "Well, let me tell you about trucking." Okay. They said, "We love to drive." I was so inspired that we put in a scholarship program over there to be able to give the students the opportunity to be able to get into trucking school. So we're giving out a $500 scholarship. You have to be between the ages of 17 to 21. A lot of the students are already 17 or and 18 years old when they're in senior. And I'm gonna be adding my CDL permit class as a summer program. So I can teach them how to get their permit, and then we'll pay for the rest. So
When you think about that opportunity being over at Howard, and you were able to go out and say, wait a minute, let me go find these kids, and you went outside mentoring these young people and encouraging them to go into trucking, what did that mean to you? Did you see yourself in those young people?
I did. If I had a knew that what I know now, I would have started at 18 myself. I see a lot of millionaires in this industry. When I walk outside, I don't see millionaires here, because we don't have um a lot of uh resources or companies that pays like that. But this industry, you start out making 40 to 50,000 a year,
Wow.
and then you increase into the hundreds to 200,000. And so when I walk out and I see people who can take care of their families, who can build houses, who have nice things, nice cars, and they taking care of their family, like, it makes me feel good because I know what we could do for those students. I know because I started at 29. I'm 37.
You don't look 37. You still look 29. What's your secret?
Thank you. Smiling, laughing. That's the secret. That's the secret. Being happy. And my biggest challenge was going over the mountain. I live so close to the mountain. When I walk outside, it's like a block. It's like a wall. And I wanted to know, how do you get on top of the mountain? I knew that I knew I couldn't live there, but how do I get over it? And that's the biggest thing for me. Trucking took me over that mountain and took me across the world.
Wow. When you think about this book, and for people watching, how can we get the book? Where can we get it? All that kind of good stuff.
So the book is on Amazon. It's on Amazon. You can go to Amazon.com. You can get it on my website, shetrucking.com as well. And thank you to everyone who supported. And in this book, I leave a place. It's kind of like a little mini workbook as well. I tell you, what you need to write your living legacy out. I want you to write in the book. And that's why I left space for you to be able to write inside the book. I also added some chapters of women and men that's in the industry, and so they can tell their story as well. So You can go to Amazon.com, and it is in Kindle as well. So if you don't want the hardback, you can get the Kindle or have it on your cell phone.
And Sharae, not just the book you have going on right now. Before we talk about the event you have later this year, we have to talk about something big that is happening in a couple of weeks here in June. So you have just been traveling across the world. I've seen you on CNN. I've seen you on so many different places. Now you're going to be on a national program. You have to tell us about it if you can talk about it.
I can talk about it. I'm so excited. Yesterday was the first episode of the Breaking Bobby Bones show. Okay, so it's on National Geographic. My episode is it comes on June the 20th. It's gonna I teach a celebrity, Bobby Bones, how to drive a truck, y'all. We had to go through all the steps. I helped him get his permit. He decided he wanted to do it on his own. That didn't work out, so you're gonna see that on camera. So once he had got my assistance, he was able to pass the test. And then I taught him how to back the truck. I taught him how to drive the truck. And yeah, it's gonna be amazing.
I'm so proud of you and all the work you're doing. And I love how you are just so passionate about pouring back into other people. And speaking of pouring back into other people, you have the inaugural Trucker Appreciation happening at the Chattanooga Convention Center in September. So tell us about it.
Yes, this is the first event where we for Truck Appreciation Week. Truck Appreciation is nationally recognized across the United States, but they only give truckers a T-shirt most of the time or a hat. So this year I was like, you know what? We have to put an event together that's gonna empower and elevate and be life changing. This is a life changing event. This is a family friendly event, so we calling everyone, men, women, bring your kids to this event to learn about the transportation industry. We have everything transportation from box trucks. We have cargo vans, semi trucks, show trucks. We have some of the local show trucks here. Eric Turner, that's our truck that you see here on the flyer. And that's one of the guys I drove for, with integrity, and so you can learn from people with experience, learn from people who are out here every day. And we just thankful to be able to have so much support. If you're local, you can definitely become a vendor. Make sure you attend this event. It's still vendor opportunities. The website is shetruckingexpo.com if you want tickets or vendors, and we still are accepting sponsors. But our goal is to bring between 500 to 1,000 or more drivers into the city. So you'll see the big trucks when they come in as we convoy in and out. And also we have a truck appreciation cookout on Sunday. Sunday, um, on Sunday, it will be at Camp Jordan. We have free truck parking, and the mission behind it is to bring awareness to mental health. So we do have a doctor that's going to come in talking about mental health, different ways to stimulate our mind. Plus, we partnered up with Painting with the Twist, and we have them coming out, and we're going to do painting. And we have our all black gala on Saturday night. That's going to be a live performance. Get ready, everybody. Get your heels. We going from wheels to heels.
I love it. I love it.
So this is a life-changing event. It was what I wanted. When I was looking. I was looking for answers. I was looking for relationships. And what I know is that building relationships are so important.
To see all of the things that have happened to you over the past several years, when you think about this big event that you're planning here in Chattanooga, Tennessee, coming up later in September, what is it like for you to provide the knowledge, the information, skills, all this stuff to so many people? You put it all and you've pinned it all in a book that is out now. And so on top of the book, you're also willing to give the information. So many people in so many industries, they are not willing to help people. But I see that you're willing to help people, and that is so important. Why has it been so important for you to pour back into other people?
Because, well, it's just natural to me. Like, I'm a giver anyway. I'm a natural giver, and I want to see people win. Like, I genuinely love to celebrate. I talk about, even in my book, it says the last chapter says celebrate your accomplishments. Because I think sometimes we work so hard that we forget to celebrate our accomplishments. So I
Mhm,
love like seeing people like reach their goal, you know.
mhm.
And if I have some knowledge to help y'all, everybody knows I'm so excited. I love when people ask me like how to get started. I'm excited. Like, let's go. You know, and you know, the purpose of me starting my CDL program, it started because one of the guys said, "Hey, I work for EPB. It's required for me to get my commercial driver's license. Can you help me?" I said, "Yes." That's how it all started. I started because someone asked me for help. So don't be
I love
afraid.
it. I'm
Yes.
so proud of you. Check out her book. It is out there today, Building a Legacy. It is out. You can go to Amazon. You can get it on Kindle. You can get the book. And I just want to say congratulations to you, Sharae. I am just so thrilled for you. And God is just really moving in your life and doing some extraordinary things. For people out there who are thinking about giving up and quitting, you know, you've gone through so much in your life. What are some of the, not just one, because I know you got a number of nuggets. What are a few nuggets would you give people out there to inspire them to pick up that dream and go for that dream right now?
So my quote that I want to leave y'all with is, I couldn't change my past, so I decided to change my future. We can't worry about what happened years ago, but what you can change is tomorrow. And that's what I learned. So I move by intentions, you know, and I intentionally to do good. I intentionally to move forward. I intentionally this want to be in relationships to help people. And I think you have to be intentional. You have to tell yourself, give yourself positive affirmations and say, I can. I never thought I couldn't drive a truck. Now could I? We won't talk about that, in the beginning. But I believed that I could, and I believed it so much that I did. And guess what? I didn't even know if I, even with she trucking, I never believed that it wouldn't be women. Like, I believe that women would be empowered. I believe that they would. You get what I'm saying? So when you believe wholeheartedly, and the reason why I never gave up, everybody, and I'm gonna tell you, never give up, be too nosy. I was too nosy. I said, "What if I stop? I don't know what happened." Sometimes you quit too soon. Be so nosy that you want to see the end. And so we just beginning. We in the middle. I'm gonna be honest. We in the middle of it, okay? And so we getting. I'm excited to see that next generation when they step up, you know, because of the foundation being laid.
I am so proud of you. Check out her brand new book here. You got to get it on Amazon. Again, it's Building a Legacy. Check it out today. And also don't forget about the Trucker Appreciation is happening at the Chattanooga Convention Center September 17th through the 19th. Go to shetruckingexpo.com to get more information about this. And again, you got to pick up this book. She is building a legacy. She talked about how she may have dropped out of high school, but she changed her future. Blessings to you, my friend. You preached the whole word. We should just pass the collection plate and just end the show right now.
Thank you. Look, if you want to sign, if you have a child that's between the ages of 17 to 19, July the 15th, we're gonna post our scholarship. It's I named it after my grandmother. Her name was Maylene Crutcher. She was a teacher,
Mhm.
and so it's gonna be the Maylene Crutcher Scholarship. So you
We,
can, I'll give you the information as well, so you can post later once everything go live.
I will do that. And when you think about your grandmother, a former teacher, what do you think she would say today, seeing everything you've accomplished so far?
My grandmama used to say, "Little girl, what you gonna do with your life?" I figured it out. Grandma, I could tell her, grandmama, I'm a truck. I'm an author. I'm a professional driver, but I am a CEO. She always asks me,
I'm
yes.
proud of you. I know she is looking down, proud of you, and I'm proud of you. And so many people in the comment section, they are blowing up the comment section. They are cheering you on tonight. I'm so proud of you, Sharae. Keep up the good work. Keep inspiring people. And I know that God has some amazing things coming for you in the future because you are just so willing to give back. And that is the most important thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak because we didn't have a voice. And so this is so important. So thank you for what you do because it's so important. Like this is history, y'all. Mr. Greg is the bomb. Thank you.
Listen, I
I'm
I I told God 8 years ago when I took this job, I said, if you give me this opportunity, I want to use it for greater good. And so I'm so blessed that I've been able to use this platform to showcase and shed a positive light on so many people like yourself and so many people across this region. I'm so blessed to be able to be in this position. Thank you so much.
I'm proud of you too. And let me ask you a question. What's your favorite quote?
You know, my favorite, I have a lot of favorite quotes, but one of my favorites, Oprah said many years ago, God can dream a bigger dream than what you could ever dream for yourself. And so when I think about the life that I'm living today, I had a teacher tell me when I was a kid that TV news wasn't for me. And I kept pushing because my parents always told me I could do anything I put my mind to it. And so that's what I keep telling people every day, even though a lot of people don't realize in TV news that there's so much negativity with you got viewers and you have, all this stuff happening around you. But if it were not for the grace of God, I would not still be standing where I am today. And so I'm grateful for that foundation that I was taught years ago when I was a kid. And I still believe that church is so important. I miss going to church physically, but of course, I'm on the online service and I feel like I need the gas every week just to keep going.
That's the community. You're such a blessing to so many people. And let me just say it once again, thank you, and thank you. And everybody, we're going to see him in September. It's Truck Appreciation Week. We're going to bring all the drivers in, and we're going to have to get him on stage, y'all.
You know what? I will be there. We'll put that as a commitment. I will definitely make an appearance. I'm looking forward to it because with the work that you guys do, especially over the past year, if it were not for the truckers, oh my gosh, toilet paper and all the other essentials we needed. We're so grateful for the
And,
work you guys put in.
drivers didn't get a break.
Um,
Everybody else got a break, but they didn't get a break. So it's
wow.
time. It's time, like, to show them appreciation because they extended their hours as well,
Wow.
so they didn't even get a break. So, truck
So
up.
grateful. So grateful for all of you guys, men, women, everybody, all the truckers across the world for what you guys have done. Sharae, I appreciate it. You know what? We can keep, we got to do this again because I've enjoyed talking to you because you're such an inspiration.
Thank you. I feel the same way. I feel. Thank you so much. I truly, truly, truly am appreciative of being able to speak with you today. So thank
I,
you for your support. This right here. This is a vibe, y'all. If you don't have people in your circle that's gonna uplift you, that's gonna push you, and that's gonna celebrate your accomplishments, change your circle.
you just spoke a word. We'll end there. Sharae, thank you so much.
Thank you, Greg.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in.